Hi everybody, it's now time for our Mr. Football Award update presented by Hungry Howie's. I'm Patti Cesarini, and today I am alongside Tommy Carr, coming off of an absolute explosive performance. Tommy, 9 touchdowns, 8 passing, 1 rushing, now tied for second in the MHSAA record books for most touchdown passes in a game. What clicked so well for you in that game last week?
Honestly, it was just offense was executing at a high level. You know, everyone was doing their job. We started off not great offensively, but after that first drive, we were rolling. Offensive line was blocking, receivers were getting open, and we were just executing. It was great team football.
It was a big-time second-half win. What was the conversation like in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, mainly defense. They made some adjustments, big-time adjustments, let up seven points in that second half, which was huge for us. And offense, we were just doing what we were doing, you know. We started off slow, but in that first half, we played well. We were scoring, so we just had to play our team football and keep doing what we were doing.
And Tommy, in that game on Friday night, Coach wasn't there. He was there in spirit, right? But obviously, we have to give a big congratulations. He just had a baby with his wife, Alexis. What was the vibe without Coach there? What was going on?
Right, you know, we thought we were going to have him all the way up until about 2 o'clock of the school day, so we were preparing all week. And when it came, you know, there was a little bit of worries, but in the end, we have faith in our staff, and we know Coach Drez called a great game, and we have full faith in our team and our staff, and we went out and executed.
And then next year, you're going on to play football at Miami of Ohio. What are you most looking forward to as you close out senior year, and then you're off to Miami of Ohio?
Right, right now I'm just focused on this team. We're trying to make a run, taking it 1 week at a time. This week it's Monroe, so we're focused on them, not looking too far ahead. But in the back of our mind, we know what we want, and we're coming for it.
Yeah, what's it going to take to get there?
You know, I think the only ones who can beat us are ourselves. You know, we got to attack every practice like it's our last, and don't take days for granted, and just play our brand of football.
And now I'm here with head coach Kyle Short. Coach, first of all, congratulations on the baby. That's super awesome.
Thank you.
So you texted the team on Friday letting them know you can't be at the game. Your wife's going into labor. What was the initial, feeling surrounding all of this?
Yeah, it was my wife, Lexi. She gave me a text during the day saying she thinks her water broke, and I called her and I was like, "What do you mean you think?" Because I was expecting like our first one where it was like the movie scene type water break, and she actually played it off and didn't tell me for an hour because she knew that this was a big game. So she wanted me to coach the game, and she didn't want to have to go into labor on Friday. But after about an hour, she got on the phone call with the U of M nurses, and they said, "Yeah, you guys should come in." So I actually called Tommy out of class and talked to him one-on-one and said, "Hey, I'm heading in. The game plan's the game plan. You guys are prepped for it. You guys are going to do a great job." And kind of put him at ease. And I also told him, I said, "Hey, the ball's in your hands." I said, "You're going to have a great game." And obviously it turned into one of the best games in state history. But I wanted to make sure he was good as our quarterback and he could kind of be the guy that put everybody else at ease on the team. And then the rest is history. Was in the hospital room watching the game and watching the boys do their thing.
What was it like watching from a FaceTime perspective?
Yeah, it was definitely different. I told the team when I came back and talked to them on Tuesday before practice and said, there's a lot of highlights in my coaching career so far, but delivering a baby and being able to have the FaceTime with the team celebrating in the locker room afterwards was definitely one of the unique highlights of my coaching career. But watching it via FaceTime was different. It was hard. The one rule that my wife had was just no screaming. And if you were watching the game, it was tough. And if you were watching the first half, there was a lot of like, what are we doing moments. And then the second half, it was explosion, explosion, explosion. Big play by the defense, big play on special teams, Tommy Carr touchdown. And so those were screams of joy. And we actually had a couple nurses pop their heads in and be like, "What's going on? Everything all right?" But we had a couple nurses come in and watch the game too. And actually one of our midwives her kids go to Dexter, so it was kind of cool.
That is awesome. I love this. You got 2 wins on the weekend.
Yes.
You got a healthy baby, and your team got the win too. But how cool was it watching Tommy Carr, one of our Mr. Football candidates, just do his thing, especially in the second half of that game?
Yeah, it was special, and it was something that I've seen in Tommy since I got here, and having him have a full understanding of our offense in year 2. His off season was phenomenal, and getting to the point where you can really put the reins in his hands and kind of what I say, put the keys to the car, and he's in the driver's seat. So he had the ability to make a lot of checks. He had the ability to check out of runs and take advantage of a solo receiver, and he did a great job obviously doing that. But watching it from afar gave me a different viewpoint, allowed me to see things from a different lens that I don't get to see on the sideline on Friday nights. So I think, honestly, I probably handcuffed him a little bit for the first couple games, and I knew at some point his senior year, it was going to be, all right, we're taking the reins fully off and let him go. And this just happened to be the game when I wasn't there, when it was easy for him to have the handcuffs off. So we kind of found our identity, I would say, in our offense, and Tommy Carr's in the driver's seat, and we'll see how far he can take us.
Well, Coach, I appreciate it, and congratulations on
Thank
the baby
you.
again. That
Thank
is
you. I
awesome.
appreciate it.
And remember that you can cast your vote for Tommy Carr and the rest of our top 10 on our website, statechampsnetwork.com.